Hey, what up guys, how you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome today to a new episode of The Road to Glory, episode 105. Now, I left you at the end of the last episode saying, that we just played our way into the semi-final of the Daily Knockout Tournament. And of course, up for grabs today is a TOTS Sigurdsson if we can make our way to the final and then win it. That is the overall objective of today. If we can't make it through the semi-final now, I'll start up another Daily Knockout Tournament run today and we'll see how far we can get and whatnot. But we move on into the game. Now, I did say in the last episode that I hadn't yet played those games. Not sure why, because I had played them. I just hadn't edited and commentated. I know the outcome, but we move on into the game today. Some of the things you just say whilst you're mid-commentary and stuff is very, very odd. But we get on through here and into a game against someone who's got a strong-looking Serie A side, and that's not something we've actually really come across so far. It's mostly just been Premier League teams. Luke Shaw managing to clear one off the line there makes me sort of wipe that sweat off my forehead. This was a tense game. And I was up against someone really, really good. Like, good at dribbling on the ball. And when you've got, like, I think he had Bellotti, like a second in form or a third in form or something. And he also had, like, Dybala, I believe it was. Players who were decent on the ball. And he had Bonaventura at cam. It was working out really well for him. Unfortunately, we let that goal in right there in the 18th minute. And that really, really annoyed me because it was no power. I don't know how it got underneath Courtois, and it really did piss me off. I felt like that out of any of the attempts that my opponent had, that was the one that shouldn't have gone into the back of the net. But Fekir picks the ball up here, takes the shot, and unfortunately I can't P-roll one into the back of the net like my opponent did right there. But I was definitely struggling in front of goal. We pushed the ball to Martial here. Normally that for me is a guaranteed goal. I don't know why it didn't go low driven properly across the goalkeeper. Maybe I was still sprinting a little bit too much, not really composed. But whatever it was, something wasn't quite clicking. So a couple of substitutes, maybe that formation changed to the 4-1-2-1-2. Hopefully that can do something for me. We've got some good players on the pitch right now, but it's just a case of, is this guy gonna just keep scoring against me or hold on to his lead? I'm getting opportunities like that where I hit the inside of the post and Martial can't tap it in. But Dembele gets through onto the goalkeeper here. And once again, whatever I did was just eventually getting blocked, which definitely wasn't what I needed in this situation. I whip a free kick in, Smalling heads it, but just onto the roof of the net rather than underneath that crossbar and into the back of the net. Bellotti nearly stuffs one past my goalkeeper there, but luckily for me, I was just about in the right position to save that one. James Rodriguez hits the post. I genuinely felt at this point in time that this game was somehow rigged against me and I was just not going to score. However, Martial runs into the box and wins himself a penalty. Bonucci just basically bundling him over, and it was a bit of a sloppy, silly challenge. He obviously pressed B right at that moment and he lunged into me. James Rodriguez steps up and does score that penalty. So in a game where I felt like we should have scored and everything was trying to stop me from scoring, actually we got quite a decent little free opportunity to stick one in the back of the net there, which we took very graciously, and we move on in to extra time. It's going to be a journey if we are going to go ahead and get this TOTS Gilfy. We won the first two games all right, not too bad at all really. But this one, into extra time we go against an opponent who was getting past my defence. I didn't know which way he was turning and running and playing the ball to different people. It was difficult, I must admit. And he was really, really peppering my goal. Dembele does push through with great strength, but that shot doesn't make it past Joe Hart, and that's a major problem, because that was kind of the sort of opportunity that we really needed to take in this particular game. So half-time, extra time, it's a very even game, pretty much the same possession and shots, lots of opportunities for both teams. My opponent hits the post right there and then knocks one over in the 120th minute. Referee calls penalties. I step up first, stick one kind of down the middle, and it goes in the back of the net. He then sticks one to the left, it goes in, it's 1-1. I make it 2-1, nice James Rodriguez penalty there, and he levels it up to make it 2-2. I step up, stutter, and just about send the keeper the wrong way with Gabriel Jesus there, but Renato Sanchez finishes nicely to make it 3-all. Fekir somehow sticks it under the goalkeeper, I'm not really sure how, but Dybala forces a save out of Courtois, and that is what we needed. If we step up and score right now... Oh, we've done it! We have done it. We've made our way into the final in the dodgiest circumstances you could possibly imagine. Like, there's no replay of that penalty, but it literally hit the legs of Joe Hart and then bobbled over him. He couldn't save it, and it just went in. Extremely, extremely lucky circumstances. I hold my hands up to that one, but I'll take it. I've had that stuff go against me before, and it doesn't feel good, of course, at the time. So to get a little slice of luck from that was very, very nice indeed. And we do make our way into the final of this daily knockout tournament. Now, lots of people have been saying how easy this is. I mean, I've got one attributes card here. It's a silver, +6. It's not a crazy +10 gold one. I'm not putting it on every single player in the team. But I do stick this. I thought, you know what, we might as well try and make Martial as good as he can possibly be. Fekir doesn't need it, but Martial, when I change formation in game, would be my other striker. Let's try and turn him into like a second in form Martial, just for this game, because it might be the difference and help us win. We come up against a really, really strong looking side. It's an awesome hybrid team, and I can tell you right off the bat that the guy I was playing against knew what he was doing. We do change pretty much straight away in game. Put Martial right striker, Fekir left striker. Cipriano will play at cam until about half time. We'll then bring on James Rodriguez. But Carrasco plays one lovely ball through to Antoine Griezmann. And after 7 minutes, I'm 1-0 down on the Road to Glory account. He's also called RTG, so maybe if he's also doing a Road to Glory, he's done very well himself. Got lots of crazy, awesome looking players in his team. Griezmann feeds one out to Eriksen, to Carrasco, who just about taps that one wide. Don't think I could cope with being 2-0 down right now. But Carrasco picks the ball up here, spots Griezmann running into the box, and I'm going to have to learn how to deal with being 2-0 down right now, because I do go 2-0 down right now. 25th minute in the final. I'm pretty much demoralised and very, very annoyed. Fekir pushes through past the defender and does manage to get a goal back for us. A glimmer, an ounce, an inkling of hope right now, because that was a pretty quick response to that second goal. Only 4 FIFA minutes in it, I'm pretty sure, and we do manage to get 1 goal back, so a consolation. But my opponent is on the attack again. Griezmann feeds it to Kante, but good save from Courtois there. I'm struggling to get the ball out, but when I do go on the attack here with Mbula, of all people, he holds the defenders off, and we equalise on the stroke of half time. So 25 minutes had gone in this game. I was 2-0 down and out. And in the 45th minute, we've managed to somehow get 2 goals back against someone who I felt was probably a much better player than me. And at half-time, as you can see, we are going to bring James Rodriguez on. We are going to bring Dembele on. And that is how we're going to rock things for a little while. I'll leave one more substitute in case we need it later. Martial had a really quiet game so far. Even with the nice little +6 card on him, it didn't really seem to work. And my opponent was doing all he could to retake the lead. Hitting the post right there, shooting there, hitting the post again, and sure clearing. Like, I don't know how I was getting that little stroke of luck, but it was, well, it did seem to happen to me. I nearly managed to score from that one. We take a corner, but I'm fast forwarding it. And as you see this guy running on the counter-attack, you know what's about to happen, right? Willian counters me and scores the goal. That was the perfect counter-attack for my opponent. Very, very good play between Willian and Griezmann. But I decided to bring on Tolisso. Whoever the other midfielder was, just wasn't quite cutting it. And I needed to just bring him off. It's probably like Dele Alli or something. No, I can't even remember who I was using. Because, of course, we have the non-rare players and just the regular common players in the team. So I'm 3-2 down. There's 5 minutes left on the clock. I was pressuring as much as I possibly could. James plays one out to Martial. Fekir knocks it to James, who spots an open Martial, who somehow manages to net that one into the back of the net. 90th minute, we get the equaliser, and I run off celebrating into the camera. And that is the equaliser, which should take this game into extra time. Like the last game, we went into extra time and even penalties in the semi-final. it looks as though we could possibly be pushing our way into extra time here, and we have done that. But what does that mean? This guy is still a better player than I am. The game was very even itself. If anything, maybe looked slightly better in my favor towards the end. I don't know how I did it, but I somehow slotted one in the back of the net. Anthony Martial, popping up with his second goal of the game, was quiet for literally 90 minutes. Scored in extra time, scored at the start of the first half in extra time itself, and my God, we're now winning the final. I was 2-0 down, and just down and out. And for the rest of this game, well, that was how it looked at half time in extra time. And for the second half, I just did my best to not hold it in a corner, but to just hold possession, playing it around, passing it around, and eventually my opponent, I guess, sort of gave up right at the end. The ball knocks out, the referee blows the whistle, and we win. We win TOTS Sigurdsson. We gain access to the weekend league. We've won the daily knockout tournament. It's something which, to be honest, I didn't really see it happening, because I always bottle these sorts of things. I get lots of pressure, lots of people tweet me and stuff. Bateson especially tries to add to the pressure and stuff, call me a bad player, which I guess I am. But we do go ahead and win Sigurdsson in this particular tournament. And props to my opponent. I messaged him afterwards saying, GG bro, you're a good player, you'll easily win this Sigurdsson down the line. And he messaged me back saying thanks and all of that sort of stuff. And he wasn't really salty or anything about the game. So that's good to see at least. It was a very, very tense game that could have gone either way towards the end. But we do win Sigurdsson Team of the Season, an 89 rated TOTS for free. We just basically won it by winning 4 games of FIFA. So that's really, really awesome. And as much as he currently doesn't fit into our current squad, I think he is the deciding factor now. We brought him in. If we didn't win him, I'd keep things the same. But Premier League TOTS is out. I maybe want to bring a couple of talented players into the frame. I think it's probably time that we change the squad up. And that's what I'm going to do in the next episode of the Road to Glory. We will try and find a way to fit Sigurdsson in. It may be time to say goodbye to Fekir, to Memphis Depay, to Tolisso, the other league players. Maybe we need to bring in some really strong TOTS players, or just some Premier League players to get a really solid squad, because we've got Division 1 to worry about as well. And of course the weekend league if I get a chance to play it. So if you've enjoyed today's episode, do smash a like on it. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Have a great day, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.